This is my Seiko Mod root beer, and this is how to pass your bike license for a hell of a lot cheaper than it looks online. So, depending on your age, it will be more expensive, obviously. If you're really young and you want to get into it, it's just going to be expensive. That's just, it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. But if you are 24 and older, you can do what is called direct access, which most of you know is a DAS scheme. That means you can go to the big bike straight away. You've still got to do your CBT, you've still got to do your Mod 1, your Mod 2, all that good stuff. But it's a lot cheaper if you're 24, and I'm going to tell you the ways of making it cheaper as well. Sorry, I keep smashing my camera. But I've got a new camera and new mic, so hopefully it sounds better. Sorry if this video is not amazing. I'm just going to be riding around, nothing fancy. But you've got to do your CBT, so try and find a place where your CBT is cheaper. And the main goal is to pass your CBT first time, because if you don't, then it's going to start racking up. Your CBT is going to cost you about 150 to 200 quid, depending on where you go. Obviously try and get the cheaper if you can. But the way you're going to pass this sooner or easier without having to resit it is by one, hopefully you've got a driver's license, because if you've got a driver's license you know how the roads work. If not, you're going to get out on a push bike, learn the roads. I'm just going to give this a bit of a sense so you can see what it's like. Not quick enough. Got some people doing the scheme there. I'm just riding. People doing their lessons here, so I'm going to have to spin it back round and go somewhere else. Lol. CBT, you want to pass it first time, because if you're going to do any more than that, it's going to be expensive. You're resetting it, you extra 150, 200 quid. You don't want that. You want to pass it first time. So how are you going to pass it first time? That is the question that you're going to be asking. Well, how good are you on a push bike? Because if you're good on a push bike, if you can stand up on a normal bike, if you're good on a push bike, you have a good chance on a bike like this. And what I mean is, you'll be used to leaning through corners a bit more. You'll be used to just riding a bike really a bit more than someone who's not got any experience of riding a bike. It's totally different to a car. But saying that, the clutch is quite similar to a car, and I mean that you slowly let it out, you find the biting point and you release. So if you've done your driver's license, you'll get used to that with the bike. So get out on a push bike, ride around the streets, pretend you're a motorbike, cross the roads, check your shoulders, your lifesavers, all that stuff. It's quite hard to do a lifesaver when you're on a motorbike with your helmet, with your camera pointing down, but yeah, get used to doing that. Watch videos on it, watch a lot of videos. I'm telling you from experience, I passed everything first time with it, but it took me 3 times to pass my driver's license test. So it took me 3 times to do that, but it took me once to do everything with the bike, which was direct access. So get out on your push bike, get used to being on the road. If you have a bike of any sort, and this is what I did, I bought this bike before I even passed my CBT, and I took this bike out, and I don't mean take it out onto roads where you need tax, insurance and license. If you've got a place near you which is private, you can get your bike there and ride around it, then you're already halfway there. That's what the CBT is. It's basic, compulsory basic training. So if you've already been out on a bike and you've already got the basic training, then when you get to the test centre on the day and you're doing your basic training, it's going to be so much easier because you already know what you're doing. And if you've got a driver's license, then you already know what the roads are like. If not, get out on your push bike and get used to being on the roads, because it is different than just riding around a normal street. Once you pass your CBT, you've got your theory and your Mod 1 and Mod 2. So your theory, you're just going to have to get the apps and you're going to have to keep smashing them. I only just passed the theory. If I failed one more question, I would have failed the whole thing. But just get the app or any textbooks or whatever you got, start learning and start revising as much as you can way before your test. Get the test booked in a month in advance, and every day just keep doing your app and your lessons or whatever you're doing. to pass, because it's not easy, it's quite hard. I found it more difficult than doing my driver's theory test. So just get out and do it. Don't get out and do it, just get on your app, get on your thinking, and keep training at that, because if you fail, it's 20-30 quid to reset it when you don't need to if you just do enough practice. I get that some people it's harder than others, but unfortunately that's your problem. You're just going to have to deal with it and do extra revision. But once you pass it, you're done, and then you're on to your mod 1 and mod 2. When you come to your mod 1 and mod 2, there'll be loads of different places that offer you different levels of lessons and tests. What I did was I got a 125, insured it for a month, and did fake practice tests on the 125. So I went to this car park there, but unfortunately there's people doing their lessons now. I went to that car park, I laid cones out, and I did a fake slalom, figure of eights, all that stuff to be ready for my mod 1. Watch videos on your mod 1. See people do the mod 1 and fail. It's just keep watching that. Get out on the road as much as you can. Just get out on the bike for a month. It was 800 quid for the year for me to insure the bike. The tax was 15 quid for the year, and then I sold it for the same price I bought it. So I paid 1 month's insurance, which was 80 quid, plus tax, which got a refund on. That was, call it 3-4 quid. You're saving yourself massive by just getting out on a 125 and just smashing as much practice of being on the road and being around people as much as you can. Then you have your mod 1 and your mod 2. And to be honest, I did my mod 1 in bad conditions, and if you can do your mod 1 in bad conditions, your mod 2 is going to be so much easier. I didn't have one minor on my mod 2, didn't have one minor on my mod 1, but the mod 1 I was more afraid of. The mod 2 you have someone just following you around, which is alright. They just tell you where to go, what to do, what to say. See these guys there, see what they got cones out, that's what your training is. What they're doing now is what your training is, and they always have one of those big Africa twins. Just that's what you're paying for someone to let you get out on a bike and do figure of eights and stuff. Yeah, it's a bigger bike, but the bigger bikes are easier to ride than a 125. The 125 you got absolutely no power to it. It's shockingly slow, but you learn a lot, and I learned a hell of a lot on my 125 and enjoyed it. I had a little Chinese thing, it was great. Yeah, slow, but I mean, what are you going to do? I'm going to go in front of it. Yeah, you just got to get out on that 125, have it for a month, book your lessons in. Usually your lessons and your tests range anywhere between 800 quid to 1.5 grand, depending on the level of lessons you have. If you can get out on your bike, the less lessons you need, and you can just flog it a month later. That's what I did, and all in with the test and the bike and the insurance, I think it cost me about £1 grand to pass everything. That's my mod 1, my mod 2, my CBT and my theory as well. Maybe 1.1 all in. And I know you can do it cheaper. There's people who you can actually take your bike to the test centre and test it on the bike, but you got to pay for insurance and all that stuff. So I don't fully recommend doing that. But there's loads of ways to pass your test. There's loads of ways. And just find what works for you. You might need the more lessons. So is doing it cheaper going to do any better for you? Probably not. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, what's 500 quid to £1 grand extra for being safe on the road and not killing yourself? I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, really. But that's how I passed mine for cheap. I think I got it all good for a pretty good price. Obviously, there'll be people out there who've done it a lot cheaper than me. But yeah, hopefully that helps someone. I'm hoping to do more bike videos. I'm going to try and do a video on this bike soon. But those people doing the theories and tests on that car park and took my spot. That's my filming spot. But hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me give you a little bit of a send now. Yeah. Let me turn right down here. I think I could end it down here. Let's have a look. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, all that stuff. I am trying to get back into YouTube, so these are legitimate videos. And if you've got any sort of videos you want me to make, then just let me know and I'll get it done. I have no idea where I am. I did not know that this was a school. I'm going to have to do a U-turn now, see if I can still do it after my test. Lol. I don't think I could. Not on a sports bike anyway. What's this place? This looks grim. Yeah, I'm going there. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, all of that stuff. I'm in some abandoned play centre here. Whoa. But yeah, enjoy your evening. Thanks for watching. I'll try and do more videos. Tell me what videos you want to see, and enjoy your evening. Bye.